Hey everyone, just a quick hello before we start up this third floor build video. Holidays are coming up, so I hope everyone is doing well and having a chance to enjoy as best they can in these times. And I just want to say thanks again for coming out. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff if you really enjoy it. Share it, all that fun, YouTuber video stuff. Anyways, I quite enjoyed this build. I hope you guys enjoy watching it be built, and Slimer and I will see you guys around. Have a great day.
This is the last major portion to be built, the third floor. After this, it's basically stairs, chairs, and a roof. During the video, I want to talk about comics. Briefly, there are quite a few, though nearly all were short-lived runs or miniseries. Let's begin with the cooperative publication by Now in the US and Marvel UK in Europe, beginning March 28, 1988, and based on the real Ghostbusters cartoon. In the US, it ran for a total of 2 volumes, 2 annuals, and 1 special with a 3-issue miniseries, a total of 38 comics. Europe received 193 issues, which included 4 annuals, 10 specials. They published a Slimer spin-off that ran for 19 issues as well. A brief stint by Welsh Publishing Group Incorporated, which produced a 7-issue magazine that ran from 1989 to 1991. These included some reprints of the Now and Marvel UK comics. In 2004, 88 Mile Per Hour Studios did a 4-issue miniseries and was focused on the realistic movieverse rather than the last representation seen with the real Ghostbusters. The studio also attempted to continue with an ongoing, but ran into problems and eventually closed their doors, canceling any plans to do so. And before I begin with IDW Comics, which is one of the longest running series for Ghostbusters, I do want to briefly mention that in 2019, Inside Editions did release an illustrated book. Now, IDW Publishing's run, which is still ongoing, began in 2008, and they started by producing one-shots and miniseries until announcing an ongoing in 2011. The initial various miniseries were collected in the Haunted Holidays and Omnibus collections, and their first 4-issue miniseries was The Other Side, followed by Displaced Aggression. Past, Present, and Future was a one-shot. Next came the one-shot Tainted Love, Convolution, What in Sanheim Just Happened, and after that, the last one-shot was the beginning of the ongoing. As the ongoing has progressed, there have been many crossover events between the many licensed brands that IDW publishes, such as Infestation, which was a zombie-esque plot with some of the cast coming from Ghostbusters, Star Trek, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and more. There have been crossovers with the Mars Attacks franchise, X-Files, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of at least 2 volumes, and there's also been a recent Transformers crossover called Ghosts of Cybertron. There are other crossovers that have occurred which fit well with the Ghostbusters due to their ability to have interdimensional interactions with beings like Gozer. The ongoing began with a 16-issue run before taking a break for the Mars Attacks crossover, before continuing with the Mass Hysteria ongoing. Another crossover occurred with the Get Real miniseries and continued on with Ghostbusters International, as well as further miniseries interjections. The ongoing series, Before International, not including miniseries, is collected into 9 volumes. The plot begins with Ray having a dream involving Gozer and continues on with the Ghostbusters realizing psychokinetic energies are on the rise, with the first volume following the Ghostbusters as they deal with a building fallout from banishing Gozer at the end of the first movie. The first volume fleshes out the family and followers of Gozer, culminating in Indulnus, a follower in the likes of Vince and Zool trying to get Ray to summon the Destructor in a form other than Stay Puft. Indulnus is captured and Stay Puft redefeated, but a new danger is hinted at for Volume 2. Volume 2 has the Ghostbusters dealing with Walter Peck and the city's new requirements to continue their work while strange things continue brewing, and ending with the Ghostbusters finding the reason PKE energies continue rising. Death had been captured and held captive. The next volume introduced the Collectors, a spectral version of themselves, and the fallout from being trapped in another dimension. The next volume depicts the Ghostbusters escaping from this dimension and dealing with Gozer's sister, Tiamat. After Volume 9, the boys in beige crossed into a very different New York, one inhabited by giant mutant turtles of the ninja variety. Upon returning to their New York, they attempt to fix the possibility of further cross-dimensional travel by building a device that they could use as a door of sorts in order to return back to their New York. This device caused the Ghostbusters from the cartoon world of the real Ghostbusters to travel to the IDW New York, in part due to a god messing with the real Ghostbusters. There is a lot of fun hijinks that follow as we have both Rays, who are very happy go lucky, kind of encouraging each other on. We have two Egons, of course, now, both scientific and both kind of standoffish. And then you have two Winstons, who are still both the grounding men of the group. And you have two Peters, who both wish they could punch each other's lights out because neither one of them likes the other. There are additional hijinks that involve the real Ghostbusters dealing with some of the weirdness of the movieverse world, while Ray gets to travel to the cartoon world and see how different it really is. Eventually, of course, the real Ghostbusters are returned to their world, and Peck begins lending out the Ghostbusters internationally, sending their hijinks worldwide. I only have the very first volume of the Ghostbusters International with there's additional two or three that I know of. But the first volume deals with them going to Italy to help a landowner uh, basically get rid of the ghost on his land so that he can build some resorts. So this is where my personal collection of comics currently ends. I will happily say to check out Google Books for these comics, or possibly Kindle. I'm not sure, I haven't looked on the Kindle for them yet, as the writing is fantastic. The art is also well done, if slightly askew to the norm, with slightly sharper edges and cartoonish enhanced looks, but it is a very nice look all the same. These stories actually fit well with the movies that they are based around, and also canonized the 2009 video games as part of this universe, continuing a joke of the newcomer on the video game as not having a name, but rather referring to him almost always as Rookie, as he continues on with his new branch of the Ghostbusters based out of Chicago. Now, I did try to gloss over this story as much as possible, as the parts that make the whole of the story are very memorable and full of I want to talk about these moments. So I would hope that with this very brief look over of the Ghostbusters comics that you might be enticed to go check them out. Each volume is roughly $7.99 on the Google Library Store, and usually includes 4 to 5 volumes, or 4 to 5 issues, I should say, of the ongoing comic book. There are many miniseries to check out that actually tie into this comic book. Like I said, there's the Ninja Turtles, there's the new Transformers crossover, there is the Get Real crossover, and there is actually a couple other crossovers that are rather new and I kind of saw as I was doing my research. One of them involves the various Ghostbusters teams from many different franchises coming together. You have the Ghostbusters from the movieverse. You have the Ghostbusters from the 2016 movie, the female cast coming in. There is the real Ghostbusters, and there's the extreme Ghostbusters, who all end up basically coming together to solve some major problem. It is supposed to be a major crossover event, and I'm very tempted to buy it. Anyways, before I start talking about all the things I'd like to buy for this, I would like to also say a big thank you to everyone who's followed along with me as I've built this firehouse and has had the patience to wait for each piece to come out. I usually reserve this kind of thing for my opening, but I really wanted to impress upon you all how much I am grateful for and thankful for all the people who come and watch these videos. Having people who enjoy something like this along with me gives me a sense of wonder, a sense of joy, and a sense of hope that hopefully, as your day continues on, you might be able to have a better day having had a moment of peace watching my videos with as I build and just chat with you. So please, in this coming holiday season, with everything that could go wrong, take your time, enjoy your family, and most of all, find a moment to smile and relax, and let go of any stressors that might be pushing upon you for just a brief moment, so that you can be there for yourself and be there for everyone else that needs you. Have a great day and thank you.